What is up, obscure mic people? Bark yet again with a new release, a NAMM show release, or NAB, one or the other, one of those two shows. CAD, Equitek E90 dynamic front address XLR USB broadcast microphone from CAD. Let's show you what comes in the box for this $150 mic package. When you open the CAD E90 package, first off, you're going to get the greatest thing ever in a mic, and that's documentation. Then you take away the foam and the documentation. You got a nice squishy windscreen with some white fuzz. You remove the white fuzz and come to find that this is super squishy. Then in the little silicone bag, you've got USB-C to A and USB-C to C. Both feel like pretty long cables, about 6 foot probably a piece. And we'll put those back in the silicone bag and reveal something that I've never seen happen before with a microphone. And that is the stand. You get a Blue Yeti-like stand, all metal, well built, feels good. Bottom has some grippies. You know, if you want to desk mount this, which I don't recommend, you can. If you don't have a boom arm, you got a stand. The microphone itself comes on a yoke mount already for your microphone arm or stand, however you want to use it. It's all metal build, yoke mounts metal, everything here metal but the plastic volume knob, which you've got that, a mute button, and a headphone jack as well. USB-C and XLR connectivity, always good to see. Just a really well-built mic, a little different looking. Even the knobs, the adjustment knobs here are metal. Pretty nice mic. And right now I'm using it in XLR mode. And I gotta say, for $150, the whole package that you get, this sounds good. I've got the CAD Podmaster Super D, and I was really excited about that microphone because it looked like a nice mic. It was cheap. Everything looked to be up to snuff. Looked like just a well-built good mic, but it was really on the dark side. Look, I am your microphone. Why did I give him a Russian accent? What the hell just happened there? Total fail. That's what happened. But this has a nice top end, low end, mid-range. $150, folks. I know that CAD was super excited about the E40, which I am too. I think it's a great microphone. But man, $150 for a USB XLR name brand production. And I kind of really like the way this is sounding in my headphones immediately. I think there's more reason to be excited about this than meets the eye. I mean, looking at it, it's cool. Yoke mount, everything seems nice, but I think it sounds really good on my voice, actually. Like really, really good. Or maybe it's just been a while since I plugged the mic in. I am behind. I've been releasing videos that I've pre-recorded from the vault because life has been hectic. Anyway, something I find super interesting about this mic, even in XLR mode, which is rare. Haven't seen this in a long time, but check this out. The mute switch. The mute switch works in XLR and USB mode. That is really cool. I mean, do you know how much a mute switch is? Just to buy like a stomp or a button, mute button, cough button. This, you could just be like, mute switch. Doesn't make a click, doesn't make a sound. That's already kind of a big deal here. Works in USB and XLR. Volume knob, also XLR and USB. So if this is cool. This is really interesting. Like, I didn't expect this. Every single mic, I swear every mic I've ever tried, the volume knob is for USB mode to adjust there. If you've got the gain a little too high, or maybe your interface is sitting away from you, you can literally take a knob and just adjust that way. I think that's extremely cool in XLR mode, and I am actually very impressed by the fact that that works no matter how you use this microphone and the mute button. I think that alone is gonna like reward this with a high score. I've never seen that. I'm pretty sure I've never seen that. Has anyone ever seen a volume knob on an XLR microphone? I just have not. Just really cool. Let's go ahead and do some tests. Like I said, this thing's $150. We'll throw it in USB mode at the end of the video just to see how it compares. I wanted to record the USB portion while XLR, but am a little disappointed to say that's, at least not that I've found, it's not possible. When you have the XLR and USB plugged in at the same time, it causes a bit of feedback and hum, just not enough to be usable to me, which, again, to me, this is one or the other. You just one or the other, you just whatever. But I still am super impressed with this. I don't always need a mic to record to two separate sources. That's really not something I think about very often. It's cool. Let's go ahead and do some tests. I'm going to talk directly into the front of the microphone, and we're going to say the magic words. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pineapple plosives. And they're pretty harsh. Pickled pineapple pizza plosives. Not great there. Let's use the provided windscreen. Now we've got the provided windscreen on, and this is what it sounds like, but we will also do the magic words of Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pineapple pizza. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pineapple pizza. It helps them. It doesn't cure them. I kind of like the sound of the microphone a little better without the windscreen because I think it sounds pretty good. Let's go ahead and get right on top of the microphone so you can hear what it sounds like when you use proximity effect on top of the CAD E90. This is what it sounds like. Now let's do off-axis rejection. I'm going to unmount the mic here, and we're going to talk into the front of the microphone. Now we're going to go 90 degrees off-axis rejection, 180 degrees off-axis rejection, 90 degrees, and then slowly back around to the front of the microphone. And that was pretty good. And honestly, the handling noise when I picked it off of the stand was also pretty good. Nice. Okay, so now let's go ahead and switch from XLR mode. Let's go USB mode and figure out if it sounds different. All right, so we've got this thing in USB mode now. Latency-free monitoring, not a thing with this headphone jack. You will get computer playback, so if you want to use it for Zoom calls, you'll hear people. You're just not going to hear your capsule while you're talking into it, so that's kind of an oversight, but considering all the features you get here, $150. As far as the sound goes, I think it's pretty close to being the same XLR and USB-wise, which is a good thing in my opinion. I really like this thing. The build quality, the fact that the mute switch works no matter how you use it, same with the volume knob. And I really think the sound is quite good for $150 considering you get that desk stand, you get a yoke mount that's already installed, you get an all metal build, you get all black, which I'm kind of a fan of. Sometimes you want your mic to match your boom arm and such. It's cool to have colors in your mic. Something about that jet black, especially with a broadcast looking on camera mic and my dark setup with these walls and this screen behind me. I think it kind of pops on it myself, but yeah, for $150 on the BBSAR, I would give this a 10 if that latency-free monitoring worked, because I really do think for $150, this is one hell of a bargain because I really dig the sound, and I really dig the fact that I've got a mute switch if I need to cough or burp or anything like that. I think that's cool as shit. So with that being said, no latency-free monitoring. It bumps it out of the 10 spot, but I still think on the BBSAR, it is a very solid 8. It is a great buy. I just don't have any complaints besides that one. And I use XLR primarily. I like using an interface. I like having knobs and dials and switches and all that good stuff. So the latency-free monitoring doesn't really affect me much. But if you are looking for a USB microphone first and foremost, maybe this isn't the option for you. But if you're looking for an XLR mic with the option to take on the road with you and plug in and not have to worry about monitoring it, listening, which I've learned, I'm actually not a fan of taking headphones with me if I'm doing just a single production, just me, myself, and I with a microphone and a recording source. I typically just check my levels on my phone because I run USB mics into my phone. You know, I know where the clipping is at and everything. When you use like the Shure Motive app or you use Pro Video mode on your camera, you're going to have audio dials there too, or audio meters. So I don't really monitor when I use a USB mic. I just want to get sound into a microphone, make sure I'm not clipping, and then go from there. So for me, this is killer. For someone that just wants USB functionality primarily, I'd probably look elsewhere. But if you need USB as a secondary feature, I think this is fantastic. So CAD E90, I'm actually a pretty big fan. Folks at CAD sent it over. Appreciate the heck out of that. They've been extra special, good to me lately, and that goes a long ways. I appreciate that. But at the same time, If there's something wrong, I'm going to say it. And again, USB lovers, you may not want this because the latency-free monitoring not there. But if you're an XLR person and you want to unplug your mic from the boom arm and take it with you and go easy, plug into a phone, something like that, that USB as a secondary option is pretty cool. Secure mics. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Thanks for all the kind words lately. It means a lot. Peace out.